Hey there, everybody. Chad Weber here, coming to you from the other side of the planet, stuck on lockdown plus 24-hour curfew. Okay, so I have something really, really cool to show you. In one of the previous videos I sent out last week, I was discussing a strategy that I would be using if I were you that would work extraordinarily well for lead generation purposes and to really tap into and segment your database, your list, and find out who's still planning on buying a home. You can pre-load your pipeline by using this strategy, and it's really, really simple to just reach out to your database and ask a couple simple questions. However, if you want to take it one step further and really boost the engagement and give you something to reach out to realtors as well, and probably actually get them to join in by making them a contributor on the page, as well as get a much higher response rate from your database and your past leads, this is one of those ways. Now, I just made an offhand comment about creating a page, a dedicated COVID-19 resource page specific to your target city, right? So I've started getting a lot of messages and people saying, well, what would something like that look like? Can you show me something? Well, I hadn't created something. It was just a comment. But after getting enough emails and messages about it, I decided to just go ahead and set up a page. This is a page that is set up in just a single day, really quickly. As you can see, I didn't fine tune it and take a fine tooth comb over it at this point. It's just something to give you a visual reference of what the page could look like. So I used a pretty simple layout and design. I didn't create a logo to go on here or anything along those lines. And I did this all on WordPress. I'm using a cover image specifically to my target city, in this case, St. Louis. I'm calling it the St. Louis Area COVID-19 Real Estate Resource Page. Now, what you want to do is towards the top here. Now, by the way, if I were fine tuning this, I would bump the font size of this up. Again, this is something that was just slapped together really quickly to give you guys a visual reference, okay? But I would give it about a minimum of size 14 font so that this pops out more, because I think this is really important. I would put this introduction on top of this here. I would use the sub menu underneath it. But again, this is just to give you a visual reference. So we have urgent questions, loan updates, what comes next, and good news. So this is just a visual menu. So they can click on it if they have urgent questions about mortgage loans or real estate or what's happening, all those questions that are rolling around in their head. Loan program updates. So for a lot of you guys, you suddenly have loans that either you can't are no longer offered, or temporarily suspended, or the rates have gone through the roof, like in some areas, govy loans and whatnot, and more strict requirements. So for people that were just about to do something, they're going to want to know when those loan programs are going to come back to normal. So that's what this is for. Expectations, what's coming up, what's about to happen next. So you tell people your opinion on what's coming next, give them news and advice and all that fun stuff. Again, this is just kind of like a showcase. View this as a demo home. This is a demo page of just what types of features and modules you can put in here. I use just a graph outline here showing people what cities, within the St. Louis marketplace where they can still get either an open house, a private showing, or live stream viewing. So how can you view homes in your area right now? So I put that as a major headline up here. But again, this is just something slapped together real quick. So here we got the checks and then X's for what's not available versus what is available. So this would be much more comprehensive. I'd probably have about 12, 15 different cities on here or areas. And then I would also give them a way to, either request or get on a list or something. I would make this interactive as opposed to just static. When will real estate get back to normal? Well, join our urgent updates list to stay in the loop. So get people to request updates, so that way when something significant is about to happen, you can send an email blast. Now, what I would do if I were you is I would link this to a Facebook Messenger pop-up, so that once they click this button, yes, they're going to go ahead and go directly into your CRM, your email autoresponder, and get tagged and segmented the way they should be, like you should be doing, right? But I would also have the pop-up from a Facebook Messenger getting permission to also send those updates via Messenger, because Messenger gets an even higher rate than text message, SMS updates for most people, right? So if you get that permission, if you just loop that through, then you'll get permission to double duty. when you send those out, boom, one message will go to their email and then another will go to their LinkedIn. Or I'm sorry, not their LinkedIn, but their Facebook Messenger, right? So I tend to get anywhere from an 80, 90, 91% plus open rate. Now here's my favorite. So I call this the discounted homes preview list. So I made a mention of this in one of the previous videos as well. And that is, we already know that the people who, because there's new listings hitting the MLS. Even this week, I'm looking at, even with all the lockdown and everything going on in my market, I saw new homes still getting fed into the MLS. So people, think about it. What motivates somebody to list their home right in the middle of something like this? You know, that's because they can't wait. They can't hold off, right? So if that person's in that situation, especially people who were on the MLS before all this went down, after losing all this time of being able to have open houses and private showings and walkthroughs, those people are practically in a rush. They're in a panic to get sold for some of them if they have an impending event. So if they're in that situation, we know there's going to be a healthy dose of dramatically discounted homes hit the market once things get back to normal. So what I propose doing is going around to the agents and collecting, you know, hey, do you have 4 or 5 homes? You know, how many homes do you think you have that you're about 95 to 99% certain are going to discount heavily when things go back to normal? Oh, okay, great. So boom, all you got to do is find out which of their listings, and you can just even go and get all the info directly from realtor.com or website like that, right? Just create a list, collect a list of the top 25 to 30, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, you can build a list of individuals saying, hey, would you like a list of, would you like to get on the discounted homes preview list? And that way, you know, before other people, which homes are most likely to be heavily discounted. Stay in the loop. So that's a secondary list you can get people on. So I of course just use stock imagery here, but this is a fantastic way to kind of get them salivating, looking at these homes, going, oh yeah, I would definitely like to know more about this, and that. Go ahead and throw me on that list. So make this interactive as well. Now here's where we do some resources as far as the community coming together, uplifting news. Remember I talked about the importance of that. So just go and grab examples of people helping people. That's all you got to do here. So I put right here, this community had over 30 people just in the neighborhood sign up and volunteer to do double duty shopping. When they're shopping, they also shop for an elderly person in that neighborhood and bring them their groceries back and their supplies back as well. So people helping their neighbors. Over here, we have Scholastic just made their Learn at Home program completely free for children. So that way kids, you know, if you're stuck in the house and school's, you know, obviously not running, so your kids are at home, okay, well, here's a way that they can still do something productive as opposed to sitting in front of a television or Netflix or playing video games. So do something productive. So that's cool that that's free now. Now, this is a really cool resource, really cool resource. So this is called Telehealth. It's a Facebook group. Last time I checked, it was somewhere around 44,000 people joined this group. And it's basically if you are having trouble, if you've been laid off or lost your job or just a struggling period, you can post what it is your family needs. And they even have a page set up for pets. They have an Telehealth for pets because some people can barely afford to feed themselves, much less their pets. They don't want their pets starving. So you go in and you tell them what you need. You put a shopping list in there from they're using Amazon, and then somebody in the group will actually step up and purchase and donate those items, have them shipped directly to you. So it's a really cool program. And if you go in there and you scroll through, you see just how many people have made purchases and sent everything from canned goods to pet food to clothing to cleaning supplies, jugs of water, milk, staples, just all sorts of things. It's just overflowing with all these people helping each other out. It's just so awesome to see it. And I put a link to a video right here. It just plays right here. So I embedded the video.
Here's a way you can help your neighbors right now without.
So really cool resource. So I put that on this page. So my recommendation, guys, is this page. This is something that you can build very easily. And all you have to do is, even if you don't know anything about what's going on in your local community, just Google it. Just Google it and set something up like this. Now imagine going and using your Reconnect campaign with your database. Remember, we talked about the importance of identifying and labeling the people in your database. So what you need to do now to make sure you have money coming in as soon as you can start working with these folks again. And in fact, you can probably get them in your pipeline now. Just get them in your pipeline. Get the process started. At least open the door, plant the seed, find out who these people are. So imagine sending some of these emails out. Now you're sending some very selfless. Remember, I talked about the importance of selfless campaigns, right? Things where you're not pitching. So something like this, announcing the Telehealth, that's going to get a lot of people's attention, even if they don't need help. Maybe they want to help others, or maybe they just want to feel good and see examples of people helping people in their community in a time period where all the news seems to be negative, right? This is really cool, just a really cool resource. And this was just some dude. He just dreamt it up and said, "Man, there's something like this. People. There's a lot of people out there that need help, and they're just too embarrassed to go and ask their friends for it." So he created this group, and it's from all over the U.S. How cool is that? So just share that as one of your reconnection emails to your database. Then send another about your discounted homes preview list and contact realtors and get the damn list created, because guys, these are real things that are going to be happening very, very soon. So you might as well get on top of it, get some momentum, get people on your list, people who want updates about what's going on with. Now you decide what you want to advertise on your updates list. Do you want to talk about rates? When are rates going to come back to normal? What about VA loans and Govy loans? What about this? What about that? There's all these updates that people need if they're either in the middle of a process before this all went down, or they were about to start the process before all this went down. So you can send a reconnect message and label all the individuals who jump on this list. Those are your hot leads. Okay, letting people know about live stream viewings, live video walkthroughs. Pretty freaking cool. And then all these would just lead to content pages, about updates, blah, blah, blah. And it's the content that goes on these that also go into your emails. Again, yours doesn't need to look anything like what I created if you don't want it to. It just needs to be simple and usable. That's all. Right? So guys, you have questions or you have specific content you'd like to see me covering in upcoming messages, upcoming training videos, upcoming how-tos, let me know. Just reply to the email that you received that brought you to this video if you received such. If not, just reach out to me, cweber@averagejoelo.com. But I hope you guys find this useful, and I hope this gives you at least stirs up your creativity, because a lot of people feel powerless right now. That's the reason I'm creating these videos, these free training videos, is I want to give you guys ideas. Don't feel powerless. There's so much that you can be doing right now, and there's lots of opportunities. Whenever there's a big change in the market, whether that change is good or bad, it opens the door for you to step up. And it's the people who step up and help that get noticed. If you're not doing anything to get noticed, why would anybody notice you? But something like this will get you noticed, number one. Number two, it's an awesome excuse to be in front of realtors and talk to realtors. And right now they're easier to talk to than ever before. And it shows them that you're out there doing things, that you're a go-getter, that you're not just sitting around whining about the market. Woe is me, the business sucks. When I hope things get better. No, go out and do something proactive. And that's what this is. So in the fact that you're helping people, you're giving people hope and information that they need and usable resources. I only put a handful of resources on this page, but it's 1,000 times more usable than the homepage of 99.99% of the mortgage websites out there, right? I guarantee you. And this was all done in just a day. So what can you do with a little more thought that goes into it as opposed to something slapped together? Right? But even this slapped together is a beacon of shining light compared to all the cliche and Me Too information out there right now. All the mortgage websites are just, the same old, same old, same old. Give them something they can sink their teeth into. How cool is that? Now you're reconnecting with your database and identifying who are the serious borrowers and buyers and sellers And what if you get a realtor to join you in this? Say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you your own page on here. All right. So half the content's going to be authored by me. Some of the content's going to be authored by you. More real estate related articles or resources. What resources do you know that you can share that we can put on this page? Okay. Now the realtor's getting business too, getting recognition too. How cool is that? All right. Now, as I was creating this, I already look. I've been doing this 15 years. I know what happens. As soon as I send this out, I'm going to get a lot of people sending me messages saying, "Can you build one of those for me?" All right. I hadn't really put a lot of thought into that prior to this. I just built it as a visual reference. But I guess I suppose if there's enough people that want something like this, let me know, and I'll do something at an extreme discount. Just because, again, this wasn't meant to be a big money maker for me. This was just meant to be a usable resource and a free training video for you folks. But if enough of you guys actually want something like this, and it's something that you're not going to be able to make for yourself, then fine. Just reach out to me. Let me know. We'll chat and we'll figure something out. Okay, it's just that simple. This isn't some formal offering or something that I was originally planning on putting out there. It's just something that I thought would be cool to see you guys implement. So uh, if you got a WordPress framework, you got your own hosting, you can build something like this in a day, maybe two. It doesn't need to look beautiful. It just needs to be usable. It's the information that they're after. All right. Okay, guys. I wish you the best. Remember, stay safe, get out there, be proactive, mine your database, identify who the serious buyers and sellers and borrowers are. This is how you do it. This is a way to step up and show yourself as a leader. You're taking the ball and you're running with it. All right? Make it a great one, guys. Talk to you in the next video.